Bill, you touched on it a little bit, but I mean, you've hired enough coaches in your day, but what specifically stood out about Scott, maybe from other coaches from past places you've hired?
Well, Scott has a tremendous resume. He's been patient throughout his career, has moved through the ranks on both offense and defense in his coaching bio. Great integrity, fabulous morals, ability to put together a talented, creative staff, and he's a winner. He was a winner as a player. He was a winner as an assistant coach, and he's been a tremendous winner as a head coach. And then you just mold in and fold into that the fact that he's a Nebraskan and he played for the Huskers. That's the full package.
Well, you talked about fit, and you've talked about it a lot through this process. I mean, is there any part of you that feels lucky with all of this, just considering that he's an alum here and the timing all seems to match up pretty well?
Well, Scott had a lot of other opportunities, and I knew that, and he deserved that. But I think in his heart he knew that this was the best opportunity because of his passion for Nebraska. And the timing was right. I had him number one on my list. He's who I went after, and he's the only coach I offered the job to. And so I think we should all feel very fortunate that it went as smoothly as it did. That's not always the case in these deals, as witnessed throughout the country right now. It all worked very well, and really looking forward to our future.
How excited are you just to sit back and watch him do his thing and let everything unfold?
Well, I think Scott appreciated the fact that I wasn't in his ear all the time. He knew what I had to offer in regards to being an athletic director. He knew what Nebraska had to offer and the rich tradition. And I wanted him to concentrate on the great run he was having at UCF, and I think in the end that resonated with him as well. There aren't many of us in my profession that played the game and understand how important it is to keep a focus and to avoid distractions. And I've always been high on that throughout my career, and certainly utilized it this time around too.
Bill, have you talked about the bowl game? Obviously, Scott said he has some interest in going back and helping out. Are you just basically going to let him kind of do as he wishes over the next
Scott's very organized. He's got members of his staff out recruiting right now. We hired them on the spot in Orlando after the game. I had an individual down there took care of that, making sure that the certification is all good, and they're out recruiting wearing Husker gear right now as we speak. So being as organized as he is, I know that he can have things in place and be actively recruiting. And then that dead period hits, he should, and we talked about it, be able to go back and coach his team in what will be a New Year's Six bowl game, and be able to bring closure to that chapter in his coaching career, and then we're off and running.
What's the timing look like on that? Is it here for a couple weeks and then back down there, or is you have that talked about yet?
That's the plan. He'll have people down there coaching and making sure that they're preparing for whoever their opponent's going to be. And Scott will be here doing evaluations and getting set up, and really probably be on the road, making home visits and doing those things. But this guy is very, very bright, extremely well organized, has a football IQ. He gets it. He understands what his take. He would not short us at Nebraska, and at the same time he would not short UCF. And he's one person that can do both at the same time.
Bill, how do you think Scott being from small town Nebraska has helped shape him?
You can see it, and I can be a pretty good judge of that because I'm a small town guy myself, and probably the only town that's smaller than Wood River. But I look in those things. I look at that, and he is a grounded individual, raised in a fabulous family, good faith. Was an excellent student, a tremendous athlete, and really a very impressive leader. What more could you ask for?
How important do you think it is to cultivate the talent in the small towns around Nebraska?
Hey, he wouldn't have gotten his chance, and I wouldn't have gotten mine. And there's a ton of us that had those opportunities, and especially in Nebraska, where there's little boys all over the state dream of playing out here, and it's going to be really fun for me, and I know rewarding for him to get that fire lit again, so that those young guys can have that dream and hopefully see it come true.
Bill, we're going to need to go to radio, and then we'll come back for more individuals.
I'll be back, guys. All right.
Thanks, Bill.
I feel pretty good about him coming here. I think tugging at the heartstrings. Yeah. He knows what Oregon is, what it has to offer. They don't have 5 national championships, and as good as that program is, because I helped build it. Yes. As soon as they fell flat, their fans left it. You know, this is so unique and so special that Oregon aspired to be Nebraska, and to be a Michigan, and to be an Ohio State. And to me, we are mentioned in that same breath.
So when you came out of that, you had that meeting in Philadelphia. Did you come out of it going, we got it?
No, but I did come out of it feeling that I was glad we had a face-to-face. I felt, as I think he did, that there could be an element of trust, and that we were both on the same page as to what needed to be accomplished at Nebraska. And then we kind of just went from there.
Davison set the meeting up.
Yeah.
In a hotel.
Matt did all that work for me, because I learned real fast that Matt had Scott's trust, and I got that from Coach Osborne. And I not that I was trying to figure it out. He just talked about their friendship, and if you really want to know about Scott and what he's all about, his great dear friend is Matt Davison. So as soon as Coach left the office, I had my assistant Mitzi get a hold of Matt, and he was there in 15 minutes, so I could talk to him about that, engage in interest, and all that. So Matt was very instrumental as a conduit for me. Yeah.
When you saw his reaction after the game, the emotion on TV, and the way his team reacted to him, that you already felt you had the right guy, but does that reaffirm something when you see that?
Just the love for his players and the players' love for him. And Scott's the kind of guy's tough at practice, very demanding, but then he'll put his arm around the players that walk off the field and be there for them. It's just exactly what I'm looking for, and that's not the case anymore. So many coaches today are about themselves, and you look at, it's like free agency in coaching, and I'm leaving $5 million so I can get $7.5. And where are the players? How many times did you hear him today say, it's going to be tough to leave those guys? I believed in them, they believed in me. You know, we see enough of the me stuff in the players, especially in the upper levels, and now we're starting to see it in the coaches. How you doing? And it's refreshing to see somebody who genuinely cares about the players and not so much about his checking account.